Warning, the following contains material that may be too disturbing to some people. Descriptions of violence, mature situations, and adult themes. This is intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. I leapt headfirst into the black, searching for answers. I found only more questions. My memories fade with each step. I feel a weight. It's so heavy. I find nothing. Here in darkness, I awaken for the first time. My skin is on fire. My lungs ache for air. My body's too weak to stand. To fight back. The pain pierces every thought. Death would be a kindness that I do not deserve. Let me die broken.
To do a line and slap myself in the face and call it a day.
Thank you, Zach. We're live. Welcome to
What an opener!
Welcome to
that was a lot of bruh.
Episode
Only one bruh.
22.
I'm pretty sure that was 2.
You only had to censor the word come on.
Hey.
Coca-Cola. He means the soda.
Yeah, he's talking about the soda that I'm drinking right now.
No, I'm talking about.
Oh my God, Zach.
Now he really has to bruh.
You know, I know a guy.
Oh goodness, we're not doing this. No, I refuse.
Ramblin's just gonna like throw some kind of like insane monster at us that we can't.
Time to turn this car around.
I mean, I have just the thing. More.
No.
JK.
Sit down.
Glad I haven't officially joined this party yet. Yay!
Oh gosh, we still got to figure that out.
Yeah, he can be in Nataku waiting for us.
Yeah, figured that's a plan.
Or part of the caravan, maybe.
Yeah, that works
there we go.
too.
Either way.
Part of the caravan would be a lot easier, and you'd then get to do stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, like maybe you're the leader for like one of the folks that were
people.
farmers. Yeah, one of the groups of farmers or something.
Yeah, that
We
works.
are farmers.
Maybe the child. Well, say child in air
You
quote.
don't have to be lonely. Farmers only.
Oh God,
I like to grow corn, potatoes.
I don't want to know what you do with the corn.
Don't you boys make do?
farmers need love too, you know.
They can get it somewhere else.
You're lying.
God, I'm crying, you guys.
It's very anti-farmerist of you,
I'm
Wolfy.
sorry.
I mean, the stream's gonna get hit for farmer racism or something. I don't know.
Anti-farmer sentiment.
Anti-farmer
Look,
sentiment.
I admit they're outstanding in their field, but still.
Stop it! Stop it!
I just
So
stop crying from laughing. Stop.
so you might notice the screen looks different this week than last week, or it looks familiar. It looks like it used to look, right? Like things are things are different, or they're back the way that you missed.
Or if you skipped the other ones, then hey, you're back. Hi.
Hey, welcome back.
Yeah.
Hey, Otaku Hime's in the chat. What's up?
Shalom.
How's it going? Welcome. Good to see you. Dude, that's cool. Hang on.
The chaos is off to a grand start.
Yeah. We'll get to what happened last time in a second. Cause I need to shout out Ayutaku Hime in the chat. So if you know the artwork you see on screen right now for Cassidy Williams, here.
What?
Boom. Oh, that's the wrong one.
Nope, that's Dank.
I definitely clicked Cassidy.
I didn't know she changed your art style.
So go check. So you can check out the artist at tiktok.com/ayatakuhime. There's the link for you there. And also the artwork for Narcissa and the other group too. So as you see today, we are playing with a different group of players. Some familiar faces if you've been watching since the beginning. And we're picking up with this group again, and we're gonna see what's going on with them. So why don't we go around the horn, and we'll have everyone introduce themselves and their character. Remind us who you are, or introduce potentially your new character. If this is the first time you play with this group, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what you guys. We'll just put you guys on the spot and see what you do. Dank, you're up first.
Yeah, backstory time. For reasons of national security and past mission,
This will take an hour.
Dank's records are sealed at NATO
There goes the
confidential
game.
security clearance, but his files have been released to redacted. Dank enlisted at the Army NCO school in redacted. There's a whole bunch of redacted. Oh yeah. Anyway, military homeless man out in a weird place known to him as Space Australia currently.
Yeah.
Lot of guns, a lot of nifty stuff going on. Literally a murder hobo.
Yeah,
Pretty
basically.
precisely,
At
yeah.
least he admits it.
Very good description. Thank you,
Thank
Dank.
you.
Up next, Gerblin. Gerblin,
Hi.
you're on the spot. Tell us a
I
little
am-
bit. Tell us
I
a
am
little-
fully on the spot once more.
Tell us about your character. What's going on? Or you could just be like, "Hey, what's up? I'm here." It's up to you. It's up to you. Whatever you want to do.
Well, here we go again. Round 2 Electric Boogaloo. Let's figure out what Enigma's is this time.
Yeah.
Back at it again with Enigma, but something's not quite the same. Time to figure it out, huh? Come along
Something
on
in
this
the
journey
milk
with
ain't
me.
clean.
That might be all we need. So I love the idea. I don't know why I didn't think about it when we were talking about this a minute ago. But I think we had discussed this already. Where because like Enigma's whole thing is the collective, right? Or like what did we how do we phrase it? Is that correct? I want to make sure I'm correct.
Yeah, collective.
Yeah.
So I think it makes sense if truly is a collective, like truly like in the truest sense of it. I think that's pretty cool. Welcome back, Enigma.
Hi.
Good to see you. Up next, if I can keep track of my list. Up next, we have Mori. Mori, why don't you tell us a little bit about Cassidy and what's going on?
Cassidy is the kind of engineer toy maker of the group. She's got a cute little robot Way Watcher who is slowly turning a little sassy.
A little bit.
She is loving it though.
Way Watcher, right?
Yes.
And you guys have been using Way Watcher to sort of try to hide a little bit. And sort of like it's a scout unit. I think you've used it to scout a bit. You discovered Way Watcher in the vent that led to the Sapu Den pillar area.
Yes.
But he is quickly becoming a very pampered robot, getting carried everywhere.
Yeah.
All he has to do is continue jamming our signal.
Yep.
Absolutely. All right, cool.
And he promised, at least for the time being, that he wouldn't kill Derrin.
Okay. Noted.
This is true.
Okay, fair.
That was when they were in the Asapu Den.
At least for the time being. Where is
Well, I mean, he can always like renege on that promise later, but at least for the time being, he has at least promised that.
I do think I asked it to tell me if it was going to kill me.
Where is my
I think you did.
Where is my Way Watcher voice? Is this it?
Jack, is that
Yes.
the Way Watcher?
Okay, just want to make sure I have it. Okay, cool. Well, you live for now. Party.
And I am very happy. I remembered something about Cassidy, and so I am very happy Way Watcher is with her.
Good.
It is something that I messaged you, but the rest of the group will get to find out later.
Oh, let me check.
Thanks, I hate it.
It's the one you already responded to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
I
no
hate
worries.
it.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Maury. Up next,
Just a minor detail.
Yeah. Up next, we got Caitlin, who's playing Naela. Caitlin, tell us about Naela and what's going on with Naela right now.
Yeah, so Naela is essentially the mom of the group. She has essentially been watching over the party, make sure they don't do too many dumb shit. She is, well, essentially, she loves animals and she tends to act like one herself. You will often find her sniffing the air or possibly jumping on someone she doesn't know and smelling them to see if they're a threat.
Fair.
Or making her teammates wonder if they smell.
Yeah, that too.
Yes. Yes. And also sort of like the de facto protector of this group. You've taken the role of savior, which is an important thing amongst vagabonds. I suppose it's up to you though how important it really is.
Oh, it's very important. No one fucks with her kids or they die.
Yes.
There you go.
And she is obsessed with drugs.
Yes.
Oh, you mean obsessed with bruh?
Bruh, yes.
So nobody screws with her kids or her drugs or they die.
addicted to Kraj, which is the fungus sort of drug that helps people survive the Kabadu, or the high gravity of the Umbra. You've also been giving these folks a little bit to get them by, although you've been saving most of it for yourself, I think.
Maybe. Just a bit.
Yeah. So there's that. Good stuff. Well, thank you, Naela. Up next, we got Zack. Zack, why don't you tell us a little bit about Zack, I guess, and what's going on?
Hello, I'm Zack. I play Zack. That's it.
Okay.
No, I have a crippling addiction to gambling, and I am a wizard of the flesh from the womb.
Yes, vagabond of the womb. Yeah.
I could rip off my flesh and do stuff with it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I can remove my ear.
You've already done something with your hand, is that right?
Nope, no, that was a mistake. I did the wrong thing with my hand.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Ew!
I didn't read it right. Relax.
But you posted in the goddamn chaos.
What?
My eyes.
I haven't been keeping up. Oh, wow. Well, speaking of chaos, if you guys want to see the funny memes these folks are posting during show, you can head over to the Patreon. It's his reaction to it is really making it. But it's patreon.com/RamblinManTV, I think. Let me see if I can get the link. Yes, that was correct. Here. So if you jump in as a member for $3, you can join in the craziness in the Discord. Actually, I think the chaos is actually in the public part of the Discord. So if you want, you can actually just jump in the Discord for free. But if you want to support the show, become a member on their Patreon. Let's see if I can get the Discord link here. Up. Twitch. My chat's broke. My chat's broken. Give me a second.
Oh no.
There we go. So you can jump in the Discord and see the craziness, the memes that these folks are posting that are making people gag. Literally. The face coming off is great. The face mask bit. Awesome. Good stuff, you guys.
Is it good though?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, some of you are probably more disturbed than I am, I'm sure, but I think it's funny. All right. Yes, so our resident risk taker, representative of the womb, and that's sort of what we explored a little bit last episode. Was I think it was titled Brother Zachariah, and we sort of saw a bit of the womb that session. I think you paid a visit to them.
Also, a lion gave birth to me, so pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
forgot about that part.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
C-section.
I did forget about that. Yeah.
I'm not sure how you forgot about that, but all right.
Yeah, didn't
happens.
haunt my dreams, I guess, the same way it did with you guys.
Wow, thank you.
Okay,
Yay.
so thank you, Zack. Wolfy, tell us about yourself and Derrin. What's going on?
Well, generally just kind of a con man. Previously in the simulation, I sold paintings that I made that were fakes of the real thing. And now I'm useless. We're finally getting into civilization, though, so I'm finally going to be able to do something.
Wow.
You've been.
Don't worry, Cassidy has plans for you.
you've been doing stuff so far. There's been a couple opportunities where you've used your social skills, I think, haven't there?
There's been a couple, but there's going to be more now.
Yes, there will be more.
Aaron actually gets to swindle people now.
Yes.
Derrin gets to grease palms and swindle people. It's going to be great.
Ew, slimy.
So why don't you guys
Please don't
remind
teach my
me,
robot that.
remind me and the audience where we left off with you folks last time. You were heading toward Nataku. You had this sort of caravan of refugees, right? What was going on?
Well, we just woke up after 8 lions almost decided to attack us.
Yeah.
Yep.
After
think
2
about
tried to eat Shalim, and we defeated them and made a deterrent with those 2's internals.
Right.
Yeah.
I was slightly upset
so-
about that.
Yeah. And so now we are awake.
Why are you
And,
upset
you know,
about that? You were the
whole,
one who made the deterrent.
I know. That doesn't mean she enjoyed it.
Not to mention, it wasn't a we hunted them to hunt them. It was a they attacked us and we were defended ourselves kind of thing.
They
She's
tried
so
to murder
goddamn
us.
sad, okay? She killed her brothers.
Yeah.
They were delicious.
I think
We did eat them.
yeah. I think after killing one is where Zack reemerged, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where Zack reemerged.
And if I remember correctly, he's carrying a skin and some internal organs like a hobo bag in hopes to get back to Xanadu.
Yeah.
Oh no, he kind of succeeded, just not 100%.
He got like a
He
vision
got
or
info,
something.
but yeah.
No, he didn't get a vision. He was literally there, I think, if I recall.
Yeah, no, I was there.
In what way?
No, he was there, but then he came back, and then he got a vision through the entrails.
No, he was
Oh,
trying to like show us like that he could go back through the lion skin, and he couldn't get back through the lion skin.
I remember now.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So he was
I
just like
remember.
rolling around. in
And
the
so he's
intro.
just like carrying a hobo bag of untanned lion skin and internals, which now has to be smelling absolutely wonderful.
No, he gave the skin back to Dank.
I gave this gun back to Dank. I think I just kind of left it all.
There were
No.
2 skins because there was 2 lions, so.
Yeah, and Dank took both of them.
Oh,
I
okay.
took one of them, I think.
Okay. And the caravan is that's a big enigma. The caravan is here with you all, right? As well as the Asapu, which are these folk. One of them is the child of one of the caravaneers that you guys have with you. Her husband and kid had gone missing. That's when you guys found the vent, the Waywatcher AI, and the Asapu pillar that had sort of herded all these Asapu and was sort of controlling them. And it was being manipulated by this machine facility, and there was like a robot
Which
that you
we
guys
have
fought.
both arms of.
Yes.
Yeah.
The blade and a gun arm.
Right. So, I suppose Enigma, it's up to you how much of this you know. The caravan wasn't with them when all that happened. And it's entirely possible that you were maybe running your own little small farm somewhere nearby in the Sorrows, or that you maybe can run a small group of people or something like that. And these strange folks have been basically rescuing you all, finding a way for you to finally get out of this sort of indentured servitude you've gotten stuck in. To moving on this outpost at the mouth of the Sorrows. The outpost, by the way, is called, if I can find it, outpost. It's UWOL01. That is the name of the outpost. And it's also known as the mouth to the Archaean Sorrows. As it's like the only official way in and out of the Sorrows to Nataku. Yeah. Okay. So you guys killed the lions, you harvested them, and you were making a plan to deal with this outpost. And that was what you guys were doing today when you woke at lapse break. And it sounds like we were going to find another way around. I think we had discovered another way around through a vent or something. Like
Yes.
and it sounds like you guys were originally going to go by yourselves with the Asapu, but you've sort of changed your minds to maybe bring some of these caravaneers with you, because it looks too sus to have Shalim and Udaya show up with all these way too many people, and just be like, oh no, we're just totally taking the goods to Nataku to pay tax, or whatever. So why don't you guys tell me what is the plan? Let's jump in.
The plan would be to have Shalim and a decent enough amount of people who could pass for caravan guards go in the normal way while we take all the surplus and the Asapu in through the back route that we had found. Sure, it'll be slower going, but less likely to get our cover blown this way, and less likely for bad things to happen to Shalim. I honestly think at least one of us should stick with Shalim's group as a caravan guard. I know splitting the party is a fucking horrible idea 9 times out of 10.
Oh, it's a great plan.
But we've done so much to make sure this man dies, and I would hate it for us to not be there and something happened to him.
If we're wanting
Tried to make sure he
combat
can
wise,
live.
I would say either you or Naela then. If we're wanting people that can talk, it would be either you or Derrin.
Yeah.
If you want to be able to communicate with the Asapu people, I have to stay here.
Right.
I'm listening.
I don't want to affect y'all's plans or like try to correct them or anything like that. But I do think that the original plan was to have Derrin talk to the folks of the outpost in order to like talk your way through. And for at least the people that were just going through the normal like checkpoint.
I feel like that plan was from a while back though I do agree that it's probably, one of the better options.
Dank's talking skills are not terrible, but I think you've got me beat. Like, past timeline.
I mean, considering I have a whole lot, yes.
Yeah, past timeline Dank has some good talking skills. This one, not as much. Like, all of my social skills are for, like, drawing aggro, boosting morale, attention to detail. Well, I do have a +3 to insight, so it's hard for, people to lie to me. I guess I can get a good read on people, but I don't think that's going to be what we're needing here. Like, I'm the devious kind of social person in the regards that
am I!
Yeah, but you're trying to scam people. I'm trying to distract, subvert, and murder them.
There you go. See, different differences of opinion.
Not to mention, no offense, Dank looks like a hobo while you're probably nicer looking.
You would be more presentable.
It's a fair statement.
Yeah.
I was just listing as far as combat abilities, Naela and Dank have shown they're the better two, while as far as talking abilities, Dank and Derrin are the better two.
Yes.
Okay, so what's the plan?
So,
that's a very good question. What
Because
I mean, I
Cassidy
guess
would
I'm
refuse
going
to
with the
leave
group.
Way Watcher.
Okay, so here's what I'll do. Let me start organizing you guys into sites. So we got Shalim and Udaya. They'll represent like the primary caravan that's going through the checkpoint normally. Who are we sending with them? Derrin? To
I
talk?
think that's what it sounds like.
If
Yeah.
you'd rather go with the caravan, like I'll go with Shalim. Either way,
This,
'cause,
they're
like,
the, those are the same, yeah. Those are the same thing.
yeah.
So the caravan and
Well,
Shalim.
yeah, that's what I meant. If you go with the sneaky group, I'll go with Shalim. If you want to go with Shalim,
I
I'll
feel
go
like the thing is, I'm not good at sneaking. I'm better at talking, so it would probably be better for me to go with this group.
sounds like a plan.
Like I can know when something around me is sneaking because you hear that shit, but I'm not sneaky myself.
That's fair.
Okay. So Darren's going through the checkpoint. Is there anybody else who wants to go with him?
I'm garbage.
I mean, but I could use a combat
Everything.
person.
Oh, I'm garbage at that too.
Okay.
I'm good at drug resisting and violence.
You can always create new memories, right?
Yeah, I was about to say, how many memory points do you have?
Oh, it's low. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
How the fuck-
Then do we also want to send Dank with them?
Cassidy would ask Dank.
Honestly,
Okay, question. What are we expecting to, like, get through on the other group with the Asapu?
I'm
because like in
sorry.
a combat
Are
scenario,
there going to be people?
I don't understand the question.
I'm mostly asking the group. I'm like saying, what do we think is going to happen to the group that has the Asapu? Are they going to like? They're going to sneak around, but I don't know if that means they're going to sneak around and possibly hit people, or they're going to possibly hit animals.
that is a good point.
I don't
Because if
Probably
it's
both.
people, I could go over there, and I actually remember I do actually have some sneaking, but not crazy amounts.
How's your combat?
My combat's not great. That's the big thing. So if I could go whichever way is not going to have combat, we need Dank to go the other way because that's going to be the big thing.
Right.
But if we're lucky, neither side is going to have combat.
Yeah, I mean, I think you wouldn't know, right?
Oh yeah,
Like,
we don't know. I'm asking the team. not
That's
necessarily-
Yeah.
why we're trying to
And
split it
for
up
every-
evenly so that way if something happens, we have a combat related person as well as a person who is good at chatting.
Right.
Right.
It's just
But we've managed to accidentally specialize into this party.
Let me check how many memory points I have, because like if I've got enough, I could put in a good talking memory, and that's 5. Yeah, I could have a +3 to talking.
Yeah, I could get a good combat memory. I think I have 7 memory points.
or you could do a couple of +1s cuz remember each time you do it, it automatically wins a challenge.
This is true.
Yeah, I have 8 memory points, so I should be all right. And 5 influence. I should be okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so who are we putting where?
I think the current one is okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I do have Shalim and Udaya, so they are combat people. So
Certainly.
Cassidy is not looking happy, but she's not going to trust Way Watcher with anybody else.
Indubitably.
why is Way Watcher going with me?
No, Cassidy has Way Watcher.
Okay, sorry, it's just on my side, so I was making sure.
No, she's not happy that Darren's leaving.
Okay, got it.
Derrin would be the one person she would trust Weight Watcher with, and he's leaving.
I won't kick it.
Secretly, oh thank God, I'm away from the crazy lady.
Okay. So we've got the two groups picked. So Derrin, Udaya, and Shalim are going with the caravan to try to talk their way through the checkpoint. Everyone else is going this secret passage sort of around, this sort of like detour through event to get around. You don't know necessarily, I think, where it leads, but you know that it goes in a direction that seems to indicate it goes around this outpost. Okay, so why don't we do this? I need to fix this token here. There we go. Enigma. What kind you would have probably some gear on you. So why don't we talk about what gear you think you might have? You since you probably are a farmer, you might have some food, some rations on you, some water. I think. So if you want to mark like 5 rations and 5 waters or something like that, I think that would be fine. You guys did just have plenty of lion to eat, if that's the kind of thing Enigma would take part in, but I suppose that is up to you. Weapons. I think it's fair to say at the very least you would have a melee weapon. You got to protect yourself. It is the Umbra after all. You might have to hunt and things like that too.
For sure.
What kind of melee weapon would you see yourself using? There's a lot of fisher peoples in the Umbra because of the waters. There's a lot of people that are skilled, particularly with fishing, so spears are probably pretty popular along the water's edge. But what do you think would be a good fit?
Yeah, I was kind of actually had been sort of thinking something along the lines of either like a close range, like a knife, or like a spear. Either would be really interesting to have. A spear gives me more options, though, so probably leaning that direction.
Okay. So why don't you mark a metal spear in your inventory? Do you think you'd have any range capabilities? Like, I don't know if you'd have like a death spitter or something like that. Up to you. But maybe you'd have like a makeshift bow or something that, or like a slingshot or something like that. What do you think?
I'm always here to have a character with a bow, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I can pick up those bolts.
Okay. So what do you think, like crossbow or like normal kind of bow? It'd probably be made out of like a pliable metal or something like that. There's not wood really in the Umbra.
Yeah, given that there's not a lot of wood, it'd probably be more like a crossbow.
Okay. And what do you think is a fair amount of starting bolts? Like 20, 30?
Yeah, something like that sounds reasonable. Split the
okay.
difference, 25.
Sure.
I think this will be our first time seeing a bow-like weapon.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. And I'll also say that with the crossbow, what we'll do is keep track of your ammo, keep track of how many like shots you fire during an encounter, and we'll have you like be able to roll at the end of the encounter, see how many you recover. What we'll probably end up doing is like you fire 12 shots, you roll a d12. That's how many you can recover.
Yeah,
Something
that makes
like
sense.
That way there's not like a hard, because I know in like D&D sometimes they'll do it where you just recover half of them. I don't want to put a hard cap on how many you can recover, but I also like the possibility of most of them being destroyed. So
yeah, and then I have to go buy some more.
Yeah, or make them.
Some more.
Yeah.
Beauty of having Cassidy around, they can be made.
Would you have like credits, or would you have a file because a lot of this stuff is like you have like a for the most part people have like a identification basically stored somewhere. The inky characters are all using like basically fake IDs, but a credit system, right? They all have the stab trackers. Do you have something like that, or credits? Do you even have credits at all, or do you all separate entirely from the RQ system and focus more on like bartering, like the people of the Umbra probably do for the most part?
I feel like I probably came through like Nataku and that kind of system, so I probably have some, but probably not a lot. Having kind of gone through and then been primarily in this bartering system that like credits are useless out here.
Yeah, for the most part, I think they are. There's a few little places that take them. Like we saw one shop in what was Shalim's area called? Point Mariah.
Yep, but it got exploded.
It did get
It
blown
went
up,
boom.
and the Inky attacked.
I'm so fucking mad. We'll blow up Silas. It's fine.
So how do you? Some of you guys have credits, right?
Yeah, not much.
Our
but some.
max was 50.
No, we got paid for the mushroom stuff, didn't we?
I was about to say I have 120.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
Shit, I must have missed something then.
Some of you guys spent them on like equipment.
Yeah, I think
I
a
spent
lot of you
mine
spent
on
them.
Flat Brew.
I had 90, but I was spending.
I didn't.
Yeah, I don't think I
spend
spent
shit.
anything, so I think you did. I think you bought a piece of art.
He gave us 50 up front, and then he gave us 100 afterwards.
Oh, I didn't note the
that was it.
100, but I didn't buy a painting. I didn't buy anything.
I thought it was a sculpture, but yeah.
We went 50-50 on
the Deathwing.
Yeah, the pulse.
pulse wing.
Enigma, roll me a D500.
And then I also bought all the tools and everything. Would you help me get better tools?
That's how many credits you have.
Damn.
Fantastic.
Okay. Now, the additional person, assuming Enigma is traveling with you, what do you think would? It looks like it. Are you taking the secret passage with them, Enigma, or are you going to stay with the caravan? Oh, I keep changing your name to Enigma, and then it changes back. Is that you doing that?
Nope.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you were doing it because you wanted it to be called Enigma too.
I hadn't touched anything.
Okay.
Enigma 2.
Let me do this. Hopefully it stays this time. They changed it to Enigma again. I think it's because it was tied to your sheet. There we go. Okay. So basically, extra person means extra DD and machine required. Also extra food, just stuff to keep in mind for the party. But yeah, you would see these folks who have sort of been in charge, basically, of the decisions being made so far, since everyone is sort of regrouped and is trying to make their way out of the Sorrows for several reasons. Maybe the full payment can't be made to the Arku, and so rather than face further punishment, meaning fewer supplies, meaning harder to survive here than it already is, most people are leaving. They're trying to get to Nataku, where it should be safer.
Trying to get the fuck out.
Now that also means basically desertion. Now you're a worker. You know, farmers are like workers for the Arku. You're supposed to be paying into the system by generating food or whatever you're growing and giving them part of it, maybe even the majority of it. And that's sort of like the agreement. Now, the Arku are pretty authoritarian. So, if you decide to just like stop paying them, they may not take kindly to that. They also have, you would know that they have an agreement in place with Nataku, and that might cause problems there too. So, who do you decide to go with? Do you decide to try to interfere and ask them, talk to them about their plans so far? I think somebody did roll, probably Derrin, did roll like a convince check on convincing most people to go along with their plan in the caravan.
Yeah, I totally did.
But I'm just curious, like, do you want to go with the caravan through the checkpoint? Do you want to take the way around, the stealthy route around the outpost? Like, what's going on there?
I have no stealth, but I have a small talkie skill. I can at least assist. So probably with the caravan.
Okay.
That also kind of, from like a in-universe perspective, lets me keep an eye on the one of these people going over here. Like, some of my folks are going through with you. I want to make sure you're not about to screw them over.
Yeah, fair. Yeah. Cool. I like it.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I like that. So we have this moment where you jump in and you're like, I want to make sure you do this correctly. I don't know if I trust you, Derrin, or whatever, Okay. Let's see here.
You better hope to God Naela doesn't find that shit out.
Is there any other equipment that you can think of, Gerblin, that you would like to have Enigma to have a chance of having, or to have been able to have with them? Any other gear you can think of that might be useful? I mean, it can be mundane stuff like rope or cooking tools or whatever you can think of. Maybe crafting tools.
Yeah, probably cooking equipment would be a good thing to maybe have at least somebody in the party have.
Yeah, I don't think
rope
it's a bad
is also
idea.
handy, but not currently applicable.
Okay.
Fun times.
Why? What's so funny about rope? Why are
I
you
said
guys...
fun,
Not you.
funny.
Somebody was laughing. I think it was Maury.
I mean,
It's an important
I
survival
also
tool.
giggled, but
No, what I just found.
Naela that was giggling.
A gift was, oh my god, it was beautiful. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Well, you can add like a 20-foot silk rope to your inventory.
So
Yeah, because there isn't like trees and stuff, right? So
It
the
typically just doesn't leave rashes or anything.
so the rope would have to be made from either like nylon or something, I guess, or silk, or like polyester. Maybe polyester is kind of like a plastic, right? What is polyester?
yeah, so they've got oils, so they should have plastics.
Yeah, they do have plastics. Yeah.
Cord.
Synthetic, derived from petroleum. Okay. Yeah. So polyester would be a thing, too. But we know silk is a thing that exists. That's why that's the first thing I went to.
Silk is a byproduct from the silkworm, so
Right.
unless it's like a polyester silk.
I suppose it could be a blend. Yeah.
Or they could use like
They have
Right,
silkworms.
there's that
Fighters as
creature.
well.
They have silkworms here. That's why. That's why I've been like the whole
I forgot
campaign.
there was that creature.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's why I've been saying you guys have like you started with like silk outfits from Naela, I think,
Yes.
or like a silk-like material. Okay.
I just thought it was a really nice polyester.
So rope and the cooking stuff. There you could have like I think like a portable stovetop. Maybe some some cups and a couple cups and or like a small pot and stuff like that to cook in. And the portable stovetop could even be like battery operated, basically, but you need to either replace or recharge the batteries. And potentially you could have an option to like plug it directly into a power source when you have it. But that way, at least, like if you're out somewhere where there's not a power source directly available, you can use it.
Nice. I like it.
So add all that stuff to your inventory. Okay. So we got Group A with the caravan. We got Group B. All right. Let's go through the secret passage. So.
Also, question for you, DM. I cannot see the map in Roll20. It is just blank.
That's probably because I need to give your token vision. Let me fix that.
Wow.
How about now?
Oh yeah, B team going in through the back
Yes,
door.
I can see things now.
Okay, all right. Sorry.
Arguably the best way.
It was just denied.
Is anyone else having trouble seeing?
Yes.
You?
Yes.
Let me fix.
Bro, I thought it was just something on my end.
Nice.
I did too for a moment, but then I actually looked at the stream and I went, I feel like I should be able to see this.
Yeah.
I should see
Oh, there we
something.
go.
So this is where they fought the. This is the map we used when they fought the lions.
Ah.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, because it was dark.
Yeah. So like.
Very dark, yes.
I think some of you had. Yeah. Some of you. One of you had. Some of you have a light source, a lantern or something.
Yes.
And so here are the lions. They're them. They're there.
Adorable.
And stuff, and the rocks that Dank was guarding. I think Dank was up top when that happened.
Hey, that one gave birth to me.
Yep.
It's your mama.
Mama.
Oh,
You
God.
love me, Mama.
So here's just to refresh our brains. Zack, do you remember what happened when you were at the womb?
Partially.
Partially. So tell me what you do
Partially.
remember.
Fuck. I
It's the
remember-
end of the world as we know it.
I remember waking up naked in a pool of blood. I remember somebody, I can't remember her name. She led me into this, I guess, field full of pools. I remember looking into one and getting a prediction of the end of the world.
Yeah, that was the thing. And you also couldn't remember who you were, though she definitely seemed to know you.
Yes.
But you couldn't remember really anything before waking up in the lake, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, she was calling you Brother Zachariah, and she was telling you is her plan working? And she said something about how the Arku are on their doorstep and they need to do something about it now. And what's wrong with you? And then I think she took you to meet the elders or something, right? And the elders had you look into the pool, and that's where you got the vision.
Or went yoink.
And then I woke up in a lion,
Yeah.
and it was all a dream.
And I was there.
Dank was the first thing you saw.
He's imprinted.
Dank standing over.
Okay.
Oh,
I cut you out of the thing, didn't I?
You did. I remember. Yeah.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah, because y'all just got done fighting the lions, and next thing you know, you see the stomach full of handprints and shit.
Yep.
I'm like,
Literal
oh yeah,
horror.
I know what's going on with that. He's coming out of the other side of the flesh wall. It's just inside of his thing.
Makes
perfect
perfect
sense.
sense.
The fucking Wonder Wall situation.
Yes, truly a beautiful moment.
Oh yeah.
The unknown. Dank was like.
Oh god.
Didn't
Wow.
we didn't get any of
We
that.
did not get
No word of that. Say it again, but not as excited.
To like make sure nobody to like try to keep people from like rolling unknown. He was like, "Everybody turn around."
Oh,
yeah.
Everyone
yeah.
look away.
Just casually ripping your friend out of a lion.
Because
No big deal.
Dank in this game also has detached from calm or whatever the fuck it is.
I'm the only one on this side that has it.
Yes,
Yes.
For now.
And that was because I didn't take the easy way out of session 0.
Correct.
You didn't get stabbed in the fingernail.
You also have the benefit of remembering session 0. So,
Yes.
you remember that happening.
Yeah, I never met Silas. I don't know who the fuck that is.
You
He was honestly pretty chill from my recollection of it.
I didn't meet
Tried
Silas
to
either.
fucking kill you.
He tried to shoot you in the head, yeah.
Given what happened, I don't think Dank blames him.
Fair.
Naela will always blame him.
That's a nice fingernail you got there. Don't mind if I.
Dead.
Okay, so let's take a look at this here.
How'd you die? I got stabbed in the cuticle.
Yeah, and you just rolled really bad or something.
I just rolled.
He did.
poorly.
And I was like, I remember being like, man, I didn't know I was gonna be killing somebody already. And then the rest of you soon followed.
Yeah, no, fucking Mori had it the worst.
Yeah. I was kind of going really hard on the stress checks with Mori, though, I feel like.
Yeah.
I went out on my own terms.
Yeah.
You said, fuck this shit, I'm out. Yoink.
And I gotta add.
We literally cut to the dude that fucking ran me over, and it was like, oh, I kind of feel bad for him, but not really.
I liked the fact that it was like we cut to the dude who ran you over, and it was still the guy that was telling you to jump into traffic. Like he was just somehow also driving the car, and is just like laughing about it or something. You
I
know?
don't think that was the case.
No, it wasn't. But like, I kind of like that idea now that I just thought of it. Is what I'm
Oh,
saying.
okay. I was like,
Alright,
no,
folks.
I remember that. He was behind, or he stayed behind, and then he turned into me.
Yeah. Okay, let's
What's
see.
the poor guy on the phone talking to somebody?
Ew. Why?
What?
Fucking Dank in the chaos.
Oh, I'm not paying attention.
Yum, 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 yum.
You guys going crazy and oh man, I missed so many good memes. Oh wow,
Yeah.
wow, Dick. Okay.
That's gonna be me and Dank's cooking.
Stop.
Yeah. What are you gonna do, Zach? You don't have bananas.
That's a different guy, though.
I have a crippling addiction to gambling, if that counts.
Yeah, you'll just sustain yourself on.
Zack's
gambling.
characters always have to have an addiction.
It just somehow always plays out.
I mean, Liz's addiction is killing people.
And drugs. Oh no, wait, Liz. Sorry, not Naela.
All right.
Don't fuck with my kids and you won't die. The end. Or by drugs.
Okay.
Damn it, Dank.
Look.
Who snorted? Who snorted?
Fucking delicious.
We don't talk about it.
It was cute though.
Adorkable.
Okay.
This shit is awesome.
Why does that look like you?
Why does that look like me?
I am a great and powerful wizard.
Paladin of the drink and purveyor of dope memes.
Yes.
Uncanny memes.
Meme lord.
All right. So, we got one group going to the checkpoint. We got one group going on the sneaky passage. Who do we want to start with? Want somebody roll me a d2. One will start with the checkpoint crew. Two will start with the sneaky passage crew.
New person, do it.
Nail's typing.
Ah, bitch! What?
Yeah. Oh
Okay,
god,
alright.
it did the same thing. Nice.
Roll20 has spoken twice.
All right.
Yes,
like,
it
bitch,
has.
Didn't you hear me the first time?
Checkpoint crew it is. Let me bring you guys over to this screen. Here we go. You should still be able to see, right? You guys can all see.
Ooh.
Yep.
Okay.
It's blue.
It's blue. Our maps are blue again.
Loki.
Our screens are blue again instead of orange.
Thank God.
Okay. So, you guys around the corner. I believe you guys are like waiting right around the corner from the checkpoint, if I recall, or like right around the corner from the corridor that extends to the checkpoint. We see around the corner and looking down the corridor, off in the distance. I mean, it's not a mile away, but it's a good ways. Maybe like half a mile, an eighth of a mile. And you see a locked door. A vaulted door that is sealed shut. There's machinery on either side. There are wires hanging from the ceiling. And there's probably like a little bit of mist hanging over the area near the door. Shalim turns to you all in the caravan and says, if I can find his voice sounder. Well, are we ready then?
Well, no time like the present, I guess.
Ready as we'll ever be.
Okay. The folks that you guys have kept on to pull some of the heavier bits of machinery and wagons get their stuff together, and you guys start to march on down the corridor. At the edge, you come to a locked door. There are a couple cameras up on nearby perches that point to you all as you approach. There you sit, standing outside this locked door. It doesn't open when you approach or anything like that.
So, do we like go up and do a special knock?
I wouldn't be surprised if they already know that we're here.
Oh yeah, technology bullshit. Anyways, yeah.
So as you guys sit for a moment, the door doesn't open. Nobody comes. It's a minute or two passes as you guys stand there and wait.
So, are we sure they know we're here?
Perhaps they're not in a hurry. Shalim Udiah looks impatient, and like kind of huffs and starts like tapping her toe. Maybe she like rests up against the door. The people carrying.
I mean,
the
if they're
wagons.
doing the
Go ahead.
If they're doing the thing where they make us wait to feel us more off balance, it's not really working. I mean, you know, we're kind of okay right now.
Yeah, that's fair. Let's see here.
Kind of an amateur move if they're trying that.
I mean, it's hard to say that they're trying it, or if it's just like naturally happening. Okay. Eventually, the door does open. Let's see here. Just a crack, just enough for 2 people to squeeze through, carrying firearms. Let's see, it's our good old typical guy, soldier kind of guy. Why can't I find his thingy? Where B? There it is. Oh no, it's doing the thing. Oh, it's because I'm on the wrong screen. Sorry, audience. You were not supposed to see all these pics. They're like, what are all these images going by on the screen? There we go. Oh no, it's still not working. Oh no! Oh no! He's on a different map. I'll just go grab him from the other map. We used him as the it's the same token we used as the guy on the train.
I see.
Guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, the now dead dude.
Yeah, the now dead guy. Generic soldier type 1 or whatever. Here we go. Let me take the X off of him. The green.
It's already dead before he gets here.
Wait a second. We killed him.
Oh, I've
we
seen
killed-
your face before.
We killed him
currently-
twice. We
Oh,
killed
this
him
would be
twice.
over
probably
here,
deja
really.
vu.
Now these guys probably would have like helmets on or masks or what have you, but 2 of them stepped through the door carrying firearms. They also are wearing armor, somewhat dirtied and worn, but it's combat armor. And you see the motion of other people behind them as the doors close. And one of them steps toward you all. He's got the weapon at the ready. It's not pointed directly at you. And he says,
State your purpose.
Shalim looks back at you all and then to Derrin, stares at you.
I mean, I'll give him a slight like head motion to be like, you go ahead. This is technically your thing.
All right. We're moving through the checkpoint to Nataku. We are making payment. Seems our taxes are due, and there was some trouble collecting the fungus, but as you can see, we have wagons carrying what is owed, and we're taking it to Nataku to drop off with our rep.
The guy at the door turns and looks at the other. They kind of look at each other for a moment, and then he looks back at you all, and he says,
Doesn't take this many people to deliver payment, does it, Shalim?
And Shalim kind of glances at you again.
Oh, we're also not quite here for the payment as well. This is part of his payment to us for helping him acquire the payment.
Is that true, Shalim? you had to get some locals to help you do your job.
And there's like a slight pause. Shalim glances over at you for a second, Derrin. Let's see, Shalim. He's not very good at talking.
I have nonverbal communication.
Well, he's trying. I'm rolling to have him think of an explanation, right?
Okay.
That's kind of the idea, but he did succeed. He says,
I would watch your tongue. Does this one look like a local to you? Clearly Arku.
and then the guy
And really, who doesn't need help every now and then?
and then the guy like looks you up and down, Derrin, and then he kind of glances at Enigma for a second. Who Enigma is probably smaller of stature than you, denser, you might say. Do you say anything?
No.
I also do not say anything.
Yeah, gonna let them handle this for a moment.
Okay.
Rather let their imaginations work than say it immediately.
Let's see how they do. Okay.
Now I can't decide whether that success is a good thing or a bad thing.
This is the guards rolling.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know what that success means, and I can't decide whether to use influence or not.
You can wait and find out what it means, but you won't be able to use the influence then.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Give me like a second.
No pressure.
I mean, if they're trying to figure out our thing, then there should be a contested roll.
Okay, just to break it down.
You don't necessarily have to tell me. If you're not going to put a contested roll, then I'm not going to do my influence.
Okay. So the guy looks at the two of you and he says,
That doesn't make sense, does it? Did you see them come through the checkpoint previously?
looking at the guy standing beside him, who shakes his head. And then he pulls up his wrist, and we see like the stab tracker thing on his wrist. And he drops his gun for a moment, which is hanging from like a strap, right? So it like falls down in front of him and kind of slinks down towards his like waist. And he pulls up his other hand. And he starts like going through swipes and stuff on the like holographic display. And he says,
No, I don't have any records of these two passing through, which means they haven't. So, either they are fugitives who found a way to sneak into the Umbra, or they're locals. Which is it,
I'm sorry.
Shalim?
You really think that we don't have a way around this little base?
Well, considering that it would be against protocol to leave the Archaean Sorrows without going through the checkpoint, I would assume that you don't have a way around.
I apologize, but you might be mistaken about that. I can't actually tell you, unfortunately. I just do have to say that this was a bit of a sensitive matter.
"Oh, okay. So you're like it's need to know only. That's what you're trying to do."
Oh yeah.
Okay. Make a roll. I guess this one will be a contested check. You're lying, and they're trying to see through your lie. So,
Okay, let me see what all I have. Fast talking, attention to detail, nonverbal communication.
yeah, okay. I mean, I think this might be more verbal communication, though.
No, but I can, portray myself as somebody that is more authoritative than they
Body
are.
language.
Yeah, okay, I'll allow it.
Okay. Having to find my buttons again. There we go.
$17. That's a pretty good roll.
Yeah, that would get me a memory if it was not a contested.
Yep. I think it's basically impossible for them to beat that, considering they're rolling 4d4.
Yeah, but if I beat them too much, okay, good.
Well, it's not a stress check, right? So
I thought if you beat anything well enough that you had problems.
I think it's just stress checks, like for response to
okay.
violence, unknown, and what was the other one? Helplessness?
Yeah, helplessness. We've not had to deal with that one, really.
No, don't bring it up. Now he's gonna throw it at us.
Guess what, bitch? I'm prepared. Come at me.
Oh god, we're all gonna die now.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Don't.
We've already got one symptom. I don't need any more.
I haven't really used them since much at all, if at all, since the Vegas. I think I might have used helplessness in Vegas a little bit.
Yes, I think you did.
Only because since then, none of you have really been alone.
Yeah.
Or
I got
helpless.
very close here.
Yeah. Okay. So you're like, well, we have another way around. But basically, like, you don't know about it. You don't need to know about it. This is a little above your.
You
pay
don't know
grade.
about it. You don't need to know about it. It's above your pay grade.
Okay. So you're like, yeah, I am an RQ basically, and I'm ranked higher than you. Okay. He buys it. He says,
Are you? He's serious. Well, in that case, he
turns to Shalim.
Run into something unexpected. You said. Well, what can we do to help?
Personally, one of the bigger things would be making sure that this is not logged necessarily. It'd be a bit weird if I didn't leave and then all of a sudden came back after all.
So you're saying don't keep record of us passing through?
Just me and my friend.
Well, that's kind of against the rules, but well, I suppose we can make an exception. Surely.
I mean, I don't mean to be rude, but there's more of a chance of you getting in trouble for enforcing the rules in this case. After all, then there would be some method of knowing that there was a way around here. In this case, you basically just ignore that the whole thing happened. You don't have any record of me leaving, so any record of me coming would be automatically suspicious. And your supervisor might not like that.
Okay. Let me see here.
There's that moment I want to make a cute, flirty comment, but I'm like, I don't know if that would help or hurt the situation.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Panic flirt, do it.
I'll do it.
Are you gonna do it?
Yeah.
I feel peer
Hey,
pressure
yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It's like, and besides, we wouldn't want something to happen to such handsome boys.
Yeah.
All right, make a roll.
My cat's even screaming for you. No! Wow! I'm so sorry. Not what I meant. Oh my god, I'll see myself out.
I mean, you said it, so.
All right, Enigma. Make a roll. I guess, like, if you have skills that you think might apply here, you can use them, or you can create a new memory.
I have charm.
Okay.
Ooh, would calm minds also apply?
Lawyer it. Explain how it would apply.
It would, to help kind of put them at ease with the situation, make them feel less anxious about like letting us through and all of that. Help
Okay.
kind of ease them into it.
I'll allow it.
Dope.
Okay, so that would be 1, 2, 5, 9, 12.
Oh, I guess I should have rolled it as a contested, huh?
You're all good. I didn't tell you. It's fine. So you got a 12. Here's the roll.
Oh, I want to reroll those ones.
Blintz, reroll those 4s.
Okay, so wait. So you're spending a point to re-roll your ones, and Maury's spending a point for me to re-roll the 4s. Is that what's happening? Or are you guys doing one of those two?
You want to reroll your ones and see what they come out to first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not much better.
You brought it up by a total of 2, so that brings it up to 14.
Reroll those 4s.
All right. So 3d4. So it'd be 9. So that brings me to a 9. All right. So you succeed. All right. The guard, who was in the middle of a sentence, I think, basically, just starts to stammer. Yeah, he just is like,
What? Well, right. Okay, if you say so. Yeah. I think that we can come to some sort of arrangement. What's your name?
It's Enigma, darling.
Right, Enigma. Very interesting, mysterious.
Enigma winks at him.
yeah, okay. He kind of flinches a bit, like your wink knocks him off balance slightly. He puts a fist down and pounds on the door, like boom, boom, boom. The door opens. And he says,
watch your step. We can escort you out the other side, if you need. Just curious, Shaleem, do you know if these were part of the, he kind of like, starts to put a hand to his face, like to whisper under his breath, and then there's like a, he kind of grunts, and then he just like takes his helmet off. And then he says, do you know if these two are part of the Advent of Darkness? And Shaleem says, I'm not sure what you mean. And he turns back to you two. And then the guy to you, he says, you outrank us, so I was just curious if Charchamesh sent you out to, monitor the creeping power outages.
have you learned anything? It's talking to you two.
Yeah, sorry, my push to talk is not functioning correctly for the second there. Okay, there we go. We may or may not have learned something. Unfortunately, it is something that we need to bring back information-wise. It's something that's probably part of a bigger puzzle.
Right. Right. So, need to know.
For the most part.
Well, I hope they find a solution. There's less of us here every cycle, it seems like, and, well, we're running out of bodies, and there's a lot of work to be done. Too many threats to hold off, and between you and me, I think tensions are starting to arise with Nataku. I suspect they'll be planning something, perhaps to remove us from the Umbra.
No, I agree. That definitely sounds like something that they would do.
Yes, well, their own folly may yet bring an end to the flooded countries. Once they cut off ties with us, they'll have no way to get their supplies, no batteries, no tech, nothing. I would like to see them try to survive in the dark then.
Right. We would lose a wonderful source of food, but I suppose we could find other ways.
Well, between you and me, I have my own suspicions that the Umbra costs us much more than it returns. And I wonder if Charchamesh feels the same way.
There are those that are crunching those numbers.
Yeah, he nods. He says, well, will you all be continuing straight through then? Or is your caravan in need of a rest?
I guess I'll mostly look to the others.
To, like, the caravan itself?
Yes. Just to kind of motion like, oh hey, if anybody wants to stay and rest, mention it now. We probably shouldn't.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people that are like shaking their heads no nervously, right? Like no, don't make us stay here, please.
Oh.
But I mean, they did just pick up the wagons like a few minutes ago, basically, right? Like, it's not like you guys have been walking all day.
Right. I do this mostly as an act.
Right. The other guard, still with their helmet on, he says,
If you like, you all could just leave the supplies here. We could contact Charchamesh, maybe have them send out a detachment to gather them. That way you all could return to your farmland sooner.
A tempting prospect, but I would rather like to meet them in person.
May I
So
ask?
it is probably off. It's probably off with us, unfortunately.
May I ask why? What does someone of your station have need for a tax collector?
More data. There's always more data to be acquired. For instance, I need to know if there are any other issues collecting that I don't know about. The more that I know about the place, the more that I can figure out about the power issues.
Oh, I see. I understand. So, one of the things you're monitoring is the growth of the fungus. It does feed on power, so I suppose that makes sense. Less power means less growth, means less food to pay.
Exactly. It looks like you have a future ahead of you.
yeah, he like bows.
Thank you. I appreciate it. If you could put it in a good word, I would greatly appreciate it.
Well, I think for handling this in such a good way, I think that it would be warranted.
Yeah, he like bows again or whatever. Okay. So you got the one guy with the helmet off and the other guy. I think they probably closed the doors behind as the caravan makes its way into the sort of outpost area. The place looks a lot like Point Moriah, except for it's better maintained. Everyone here is a soldier. There's no like inn area. There's no like storefront or anything like that. There's probably like a quartermaster who's like in charge of dishing out equipment, but it's definitely not like a shop, right? And the entrances there's like one way in, one way out. It's very much choke point setup. It might be like a big open vault, but it's the exit on the other side is just like this one where it's easy to secure. And as far as like the number of soldiers go, as you all make your way through the outpost, there's probably a couple dozen at most. It looks like it could handle more people. Like there should be more people here, but there's simply not. Seems like the Arku have probably been diverting resources away from this place. And a lot of their equipment looks very used, nearly out of service, nearly broken down in some cases. Like some of their armor has holes in it where it's been punctured, and maybe while it was on someone else, because some of those holes look fatal, and that kind of thing. So there's a bit of that. But overall, I think you successfully talk your way through. Is there anything else you would like to do while you're here? And would you like to try to gather any other information, or do you want to just like hurry up and make your way through the outpost?
As we're heading off, I'd like to kind of fire a parting shot at the guards. And I would recommend not looking for the path that we took. Number one, you won't find it, and number two, I'm not sure that you would survive finding it. Wait until you get promoted to see what it's all about.
If you don't mind me asking, are there any threats you can make us aware of? We've run into some strange things down here.
We have as well. Anything that should be a threat here, unfortunately, I don't know of anything. It's mostly all the threats down there still.
Like what?
No, people going missing, farmers dying, that sort of thing.
Interesting. The Shadow, by chance?
I think that's what they called it.
Shadow of the Sorrows, right?
Oh, no, yeah, I'm staying cagey on purpose.
Yeah.
No, I know exactly what they're talking about, but I'm not gonna, like, super confirm it for them.
We've heard many rumors about it. Some kind of monster, some say. Others say rogue, vagabonds, cannibals. No one knows for sure. Have you caught sight of it?
No, we didn't really go in that direction.
Lie. Roll.
Okay, let me see. Cool, I don't think I have anything for that. I think I'll make a memory.
Okay. Do you know what the memory is?
We probably are in a scene with Derrin with his newest painting and just talking up the provenance of the painting and all of the, the wonderful brush strokes, just passing it off as a masterpiece, but not one of his.
Okay. Fantastic. All right. Okay. He says,
Right. Well, wouldn't want to encounter it myself. I've heard enough strange stories already. We lost a few men to mermaids not too long ago. They were on a trip off duty to Nataku. Came upon them in the water's edge.
Oh, interesting. I'll make sure to add that to my report.
Yeah, I think most of us learned our lesson there. If you hear someone screaming in the water thinking it's a vagabond needing help, don't help them.
That certainly seems the lesson to be learned.
okay. Well, if there's nothing else you would like to do here at the outpost, I suppose you can make your way through. Good job talking your way through. Pretty much uneventful. You didn't have to attack these guys yet.
Yeah.
When the people don't come back through, they're gonna be on to you guys pretty quickly after that. And they'll send.
And they
word.
just assume that you left out through the secret way.
They'll probably send a detachment to check the farms if anybody's there, and then when nobody's at any of the farms,
That's a lie. They'll see dead bodies.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
Which we
can
already
finish-
told them about.
only at one of the farms, right?
But I mentioned
No.
missing people as well.
He did, yeah.
So we
Yeah.
could all.
Ran away.
We could have all went missing because of the shadows.
There you go. Pin it all on the shadow.
That's a very real possibility now.
Yeah, no, for real.
And they'll be like, "Well, this guy came through. We have him on video. He said he was higher rank. Well, did you check his ID? Well, no.
Oh, I don't care if they find out about me. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna be here.
This guy doesn't match any of our records. Oh, well, he said that there is, and then they find out that nobody's at any of the farms. And then they might not immediately be like, war with Nataku. I mean, it might just be like a slow burn thing, but they will eventually find out, I think.
Oh yeah,
Something
I mean,
is up.
probably.
What is this gift, Dank?
But by that time,
Oh,
we'll be away, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think you guys make it through okay. Let's see here. Let's jump.
Panic flirting works again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's jump over here. So you all would spend a considerable amount of time afterwards traveling through corridors, dimly lit, ruined corridors, with these caravans. And eventually, it's not that way, it's this way. You'd make it to Nataku. You guys are traveling on the green line here. I think this red line was another possible alternate route we ended up not taking. I think this is back where that secret room was. I think this is where the robot fight was, maybe? I can't remember.
And now we're gonna go on an adventure on the Grand Line.
Yes.
Hey, Loopy.
You're gonna be king of the pirates.
So...
Fine, but I get to be Usopp.
Fair enough. Oh wait, that means all
I'm
your
good
lies
enough
are
at
gonna-
lying.
That means all your lies are gonna come true, though.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
All right. So, a few of you guys, we got Naela, Zack, Ernest, Cassidy, Dank, and 30 Asapu or something like that, and a few caravaneers who weren't needed for the wagons, all making their way through this vent secret passage.
Walking fast, faces past him, homebound.
Awesome, thank you, Naela.
Choose Zack.
Let's see here.
Dang it, Dank.
You guys going for the same GIF?
I got it first.
Yeah. All right.
Discord on my end took too damn long.
God, why?
Cool. I now have +3 to deceit. Y'all are fucked.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
You might be
He never stood a
deceitful,
fucking chance.
but I have violence.
He can scare the piss out of you.
I will defeat you with the power of friendship and this gun I found.
Mostly the gun, I feel.
I also just can whack you with the guitar.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. The guitar.
I don't see a situation where that would ever happen, though.
El Kabong or whatever, right?
Stop!
You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
That's what I'm gonna call you from now on. Is El Kabong.
Who?
Dank. All right.
At least he's not a bottom.
What? What does that mean?
Yeah.
Tomato
You know.
Mercedes-Benz. He was also Hispanic.
I'm sorry, am I having a stroke right now?
Oh, you're talking about the Urban Shadows game?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I wasn't.
Tomato was a bottom.
I wasn't. I don't know if I don't know that we ever learned what Tomato was as far as top or bottom, but I don't think I wasn't calling him El Kabong because of reference to it being Hispanic. It was because hitting person with a guitar.
I'm so sorry.
You don't have to apologize. It's fine.
Oh, goodness.
Random Caitlin.
I'm sorry I exist.
Don't be sorry. You're fine.
Okay.
But yeah, let's continue on now that my point of existence is all over with. That's the peak of this entire game and only goes downhill from here.
Okay. So the rest of y'all are making your way single file, basically, through this narrow vent secret passage. Eventually, you come to the end of it. At the end of the passage, you see it just drops off into water. And coming around the corner, the final bend of the passage, you can hear the water as you're approaching its edge. You can hear the sound of waves hitting the metallic, rusty shores. I probably have wave sound effects somewhere. I don't actually know. I can't find them right now, so I guess not.
All right, Ramblers, let's get rambling.
Oh, thanks for the follow, Pedigree. What up? Howdy. Welcome to the Ramblers. Let's see here. I have heavy wind noise. I had wave noises. I know I did. I don't know what happened to them, though. Oh, well. So you guys come to the water's edge, and you can see dotting the lake ahead of you small blue lanterns in the darkness that seem to be slowly floating across the lake's surface. You hear the waves crashing into the side of the vault below you, maybe 20, 30 feet down, and ahead of you, you can see across the water the city of Nataku. And it looks something like this.
Neat.
Now,
Wow.
you're across the lake from it. You don't have much in the way of getting there. The waters are dark.
Mermaids.
Not impossible to try to roll and see if you can find something in the water, but just off the top of your head, there's nothing there. So you're across the lake from the giant city. You can see the circle sitting above the city, all lit up. But again, you have no way of getting there. What do you all do?
How far away is it?
You're across the other side of a lake, so a ways. I mean, maybe half a mile, maybe a mile. I mean, it's a big lake. We were just looking at it on the map. I'll check again.
Yo, I'd like the name of that church. Speaking of interest.
Yeah, the Church of the Holy Womb. Who all is looking around trying to find a solution?
That would be me.
Me also.
All right.
It would help.
Those who are looking around can make perception checks. It sounds like Cassidy can either make the check or help somebody
Gonna
with
reroll
theirs.
that. That was bad.
It was bad. You're spending a influence point to reroll.
I am spending one of my few remaining influence points.
Oh, what's this, Naela?
Hey, there we go.
Holy smokes!
Holy shit.
So Naela, you're getting helped by
Die.
Cassidy, so you'll get a +1 to your roll. Dank, you get a free +1 memory to whatever skill a skill that you were using there. Naela succeeds also.
I already have a +3 in perception.
Okay.
What do I see? Do I see anything of note though?
You do. I think the two of you see maybe different things. You did roll a critical success, so you probably have the best sight. Let's see here. You see shapes swirling around in the water below you. You see small rafts making their way across the lake. Most of them are quite far from you. And looking at them, they look like small fishing boats, perhaps. They all have lanterns on them. One curious thing you would notice, Dank, is that a few of them seem to have, because you can like see the body of the boat itself in some cases because of the lanterns they're carrying. It's one thing that strikes you as strange is some of the lanterns are hanging out way far in front of the boat, almost like a lure or something. Quite a few of them have the lanterns dangling off the front of the boat, but like 20-30 feet in front of it, maybe off of like a flexible metal rod or
that's literally how they get the fish stuff to come up, because they're using the glowing fungus to attract the fish via the electric energy stored within.
Or the mermaids.
Yeah, but they're moving while they do this, so they're like
Trawling.
Yeah, it could be like a carrot on a stick situation, maybe, or something along those lines. Yeah, and you can see pretty much the individual districts of Nataku itself. Also, if you like, there's nobody that's particularly close to you all. Definitely nobody that has your attention. Like, you can tell looking from this vantage point that you would just everything in this part of this wall of the vault would just look like darkness to anybody in the city or on the water. Assuming you guys were trying to be somewhat stealthy, I doubt you have lights turned on. You can always turn a lantern on or something if you like. I think that for you, for the most part, best idea might be to try to get a boat's attention, get him to come pick you up. Naela.
Yeah.
Your focus is more on the shapes moving in the water. They're large. They're not mermaids. They're something else.
I would like to roll, please.
Sure. You want to see if you can identify them?
Yes.
Okay. Make a roll.
I
Okay.
succeed.
The few shapes you see below you, they spread out like a quilt on the surface of the water. These are slicers. Slicers used to populate water reservoirs. In most places where there's human settlements, humans push them out for control of the water vaults, mostly because of the way they feed. Slicers will, as the name implies, slice through power lines. The local name for them is karatu. And basically they'll cut through power lines and they'll place themselves in the middle of the line. And so they'll basically like make themselves part of the line. They're almost like jellyfish type creatures. Let me see if I can find a picture. I think I might have.
So essentially,
uploaded
they
one.
won't mess with you unless you mess with it.
Well, they're known. Let's see here. They're known to be somewhat formidable if aggravated, if messed with. Yes. Typically, they're about 3 meters long. Some can be quite a bit larger. Some can be up to like 15 meters, and about 100 to 500 kilos. But typically, they only get that large if they're raised in captivity. A lot of people use them to pull their boats, and as sometimes the very large ones people will use as like a raft itself if they're particularly well trained. Let's see here.
So
Go ahead.
these people are probably using these splicers for the boats. Do the shapes in the water seem to look like they're already aggravated, or is it more moving in a calm, smooth motion?
The ones in the water below you are, for the most part, calm. Calm, smooth motion. There does seem to be like a school of them. Maybe there's a power source nearby that they're taking turns feeding on. The other thing you would know about these things is they live for a long time. They have a very long lifespan, typically like 400 cycles or more. And they'll usually spend that entire lifespan in a single vault. And they'll sometimes even climb up the walls outside of the water and grab onto cables with their sort of sharp appendages. They can survive outside the water for long enough to feed, at least. Let's see here. They do have a big mouth full of sharp fangs, akin to those found in webworms. This is what they use to basically cut through the lines. They're very slow on land, but underwater they're very fast. And because of their long lives, most of the locals who have them, they'll last for generations, right? If they're well taken care of.
Yeah.
So you'll have one, if it's well trained, people will use them for a very long time. You know, you might have the same slicer guiding your boat as you know, your great grandparents or what have you.
Okay. Yeah, So before we, get anyone's attention or whatever, she will relay that to the group of essentially, these are beings who are great if they are well trained, but if aggravated, they can cause some serious damage. Right now, based off of what I can see, they seem to be very calm and cool and collected. It looks to be like a school. So I would definitely suggest getting a boat and not trying to swim across or what have you.
I'll I have a picture here. Give me 1 second and I'll pull it up and show you what they look like. I just had to re-add it to Roll20, even though I thought I had already added it. It's okay. Copy to library. Alright. I should be able to pull it onto the screen now. Boom. Here we go. That's what they look like.
Oh, they look totally friendly.
Thanks, I hate it.
Now, if you can get them to cooperate, because they're so large, the ones you're looking down at, the reason they stick out so much is because they flatten themselves out along the surface of the water in some places, and they're almost like dancing with each other. So you can get a few people on the top of one of these things. If you can get it to stay on the surface, keep itself flattened out, and listen to you, you might be able to ferry people across. Given that there's several of them, you might be able to ferry the entire group across on these things if you can do it right.
Not that they would necessarily have like a language or anything like that, but so like with the Asapu, Naela will like make ticking noises with her mouth or like tap her fingers together or what have you to do signals in which they understand. Is there like any type of movement that I can get these, creatures to understand, or like what type of role would that be to find that out?
Well, I think we've used like the equivalent of like animal handling for you in the past on some things. If you got something like that, you can roll.
Yeah, I will do that.
Okay. Okay. So, obvious way to get their attention, to get them to listen to you. I mean, whale noises might help somewhat with communication, but they're not particularly intelligent creatures. They don't have a language per se. They might understand like intent. Like there might be aggressive noises and pleasant noises, right? There might be like a feeding noise and a calm noise. One thing that will for sure get their attention is something to feed on, like a power source, particularly something with high intensity power or something that simulates high intensity power.
I will ask people to help me find something with high intensity power because they respond well with feeding time. And I'm hoping that if they respond to that, then maybe I can get them to listen and we can just use them to ferry ourselves across.
A battery? You guys had some batteries, if I recall.
Yes, we do have some batteries.
A battery would probably do the trick.
Are we okay with using this though? Like, I don't just want to be like, give me this thing, I'm doing a thing. Like she's asking you
To
guys.
her chest and is looking like you have gone mad.
Who actually has the batteries? I don't have them on my sheet.
I do not.
I do not.
Like, I know we had batteries. We contemplated using one in that place where, like, all the dead people were.
Yep. I know you guys had them too. They should be on the sheets. Whoever had them.
I think Derrin has them.
Ah, shit.
Do you have
Which mean
them?
Way Watcher has the only
There's
working
every
battery.
possibility that I have them.
I don't see them on Darren's sheet.
No, I don't have them on my sheet at least.
So we never wrote down who has them. I'm pretty sure Darren's the one who picked them up, though.
Dank has a lot of stuff.
I do have a lot of stuff. I pick up things that seem useful.
I remember you gave me a battery for Way Watcher.
I think I gave them to someone else because I didn't have the lamp anymore.
Who has the lamp?
And that's mostly what I was using it for.
I see.
I thought I gave it to either.
I see Cassidy has a battery power welding torch.
You gave me lighter fluid and Siki powder for it.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's for the lantern. That was for the lantern, I think.
I've got an energy rifle with 23 rounds. I don't want to sacrifice the rifle though. That would
The rounds might do the trick potentially.
Okay, I will sacrifice up to 3 rounds.
3. Ooh, I don't know if that's gonna do it.
That's some like fish food.
He is like clutching Way Watcher to her chest and is being like, no. No,
I'm
no, 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 no.
not feeding them Way Watcher. Relax.
This is a disparagingly small amount of bullets from what I'm used to. The 10. Okay, 10. Then that's pushing it.
Oh, it was because I have a soldering thing. That's why I got the lighter fluid and the Siki powder.
Did we use the batteries?
They're like
No.
plastic bag type stuff, aren't they? It's
They're
like an
what?
energy weapon.
They could be used for the few different things. I think the batteries something could be used for like.
Oh yeah.
lights.
Didn't we? Yeah, I think we might have used one for like the lion trap thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that would make sense. Yeah, because the lions were
But
attracted
we
power sources.
still
also.
would have had more.
And we would have been able to get those back.
I would assume so, yeah, because none of the lions triggered them.
Right. Well, they didn't consume them at least. Or whatever. Weren't you using it to attract them or something? I can't remember.
To the bomb.
They were trapped.
Yeah, I made the super awesome war crime bomb
power.
Okay.
and then used a battery to try and attract them to it so they'd all leave us the hell alone when they saw a bunch of them blow up.
I would also like to remind Naela that you also have the Leviathan special ability.
Yeah, that is a thing that exists.
Yeah, I'll do a synapse, but I'm also worried I might fuck you guys up. I'll do.
I mean, the worst that
synapse.
happens is you just jump into the fucking water and swim to Nataku.
So explain it, because it's been a while. Explain to us what the synapse is and how it works.
I'm pulling it up. Hold, please.
Sure, no problem.
Come on, stupid fucking phone. Okay. So, the synapse. Vagabonds decide when to establish a connection with the Leviathan. What happens once the link is in place, however, is up to the mother to determine. Synapse is the process under which the Leviathan exerts control over all living beings, but this can be ambiguous in the case of vagabonds. Humans are harder to control and the connection is prone to fail in interesting ways. When a vagabond wishes to enter synapse, they make a special roll 3 dice, and check how many 4s they rolled. The number of faculties to keep. The Leviathan takes control with the Vagabond retaining those chosen faculties, which is essentially speech, motor, and scent. And then if for whatever reason I get all 4 4s, excuse me, I can do a couple of things. I can access the memories of the Leviathan, which contain the recollections of all simple life forms. In which case the Vagabond makes a special roll 2 dice and earns the resulting number in memory points. I can extend my consciousness to nearby living creatures, controlling them for about 5 minutes. The Vagabond is then free to determine how these life forms behave. And then I can take a dive into the Leviathan's mind. Entails that the narrator will give a vision that's obviously relevant to the story for the Vagabond to experience. After any of these are resolved, the Vagabond will exit Synapse and won't be able to enter it again during the session. The Vagabond can end Synapse at any time once the current scene ends. They can also stay if they desire to do so.
Okay.
So how I would particularly picture this before I roll is probably, Naela closing her eyes and her mind is kind of like searching or quietly calling out for the Leviathan for help, trying to find the connection there. And then we'll see what happens when she opens her eyes.
All right. So special roll, 3 dice. You rolled 1 4, which means which faculties would you like to keep under your control? Speech, motor function, or senses?
Now we did this before, and God, which one did you pick?
Senses.
Like being a prisoner
Yeah.
in your own body.
Senses means
Yeah,
like
that was a bad idea.
you can see everything
So,
and hear everything
yeah.
and that's happening, but you can't control anything you do or say. It's like being possessed and watching it.
So do we want to go with motor? I be able to command my own body, but I just can't speak or see.
Yeah, let us talk to the Leviathan. That sounds cool.
That might be the
I don't
best
think he can
way.
talk.
I mean, it talked to the Pikachus last time.
Okay, then I will choose to keep my motor functions.
Yeah, that way it can't attack people at least.
All right. So, when you open your eyes, you see nothing but darkness. You're blind. You can't talk. You try to scream out, but your body makes no sound. But you can still feel your limbs. You can still feel the ground below you. And the wind blowing.
No, if you can't.
I can't.
It's
Remember, we actually did that before.
It's motor.
Well, she can feel that there's something solid there.
Capability to command your
I
body
still
to move.
have I can physically move my body. I just can't see anything.
Yeah.
Or feel anything.
Or
Or feel
feel.
anything. Yeah, that's fair. So you just feel something. You would get the sense of something solid under your feet. I think you'd still be able to tell that you're on ground.
Yeah, that would make sense.
But yeah, that's about it. It just feels like you're suddenly blind, and you get the sense that you're still standing in the same place. Okay. The Leviathan gets control of your speech and senses. Okay. So she opens her eyes, and her eyes are white, like she sustained some kind of damage and gone blind. Her pupils have turned this white color, and she begins growling at you all. Let's see. She sniffs at the air. What are you all doing? I suppose, Naela, do you try to move or anything? Once this happens.
She's like,
We need to teach you sign language.
well, see, I think that
Like,
she
what kind of
partially can. Because that's how she communicated with the Osapu, essentially. Would I be able to try to roll for that to see if I can sign language?
The fuck is that, Dank?
It could be as simple as like charade commands, right? Like you could describe what you do and see if the other players can interpret what that means.
Oh shit! I'm gonna be great at this. I think I have nonverbal communication.
Yeah, for those with nonverbal communication like Derrin, who is not here, but also Dank, that would be helpful. I'd allow like a roll to see if maybe it helps point you in the right direction.
God, I'm glad I started that trend.
Yes.
Why don't we start with that? I don't know that you would know sign language, like the proper, like what we think of as sign language. But
Somebody's gonna have to teach her.
but if you're like trying to say something with your hands, you can describe what you're doing, like, and we can see if the other players can make it out. So she starts growling at you. Her eyes have gone white and kind of like dead looking. While she seems to try to use her hands to do something. What are you doing, Naela?
Oh my god.
Yeah, shit.
We're literally playing charades on Discord now.
Have I communicated with the slicers yet, or no?
No, not yet.
It was Dank B that had nonverbal communication.
You wouldn't really know for. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Well, if she's connected with the Leviathan, the slicers would be more inclined to help her. No.
Perhaps.
Because it says in the synapse that the #1 priority would be to take care of the Vagabond, right?
Yes. The #1 priority of the Leviathan is to keep you alive while they have control of you. Yes, but you wouldn't be aware of what you're seeing or saying. So you wouldn't know if your body is communicating with the slicers, right? Like all you can tell is that you can move. That's all you know. You can't see.
I mean, there's one way to make it actually like, put your survival at the forefront.
Okay.
Get in the fucking water.
No.
I was about to say we need you to jump in the water.
Hang on. I'm gonna spend some.
Then it would only help her, not the rest of us.
I'm gonna spend some memory points and make a +1 memory for nonverbal communication to communicate our current situation to the Leviathan. because it can hear and see through her.
It can, yeah. But do you think it understands English?
It's nonverbal.
It's nonverbal communication. Okay. What do you think you can communicate non-verbally? I would love to see how you explain the very intricate details of the situation non-verbally.
I don't think they need to know the very intricate details. You just need to
Fair.
point down at the water and then point at the city.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
It would be pointing at the water, pointing at the
Needs to,
city,
like,
pointing
Get
at
that way
all
to
of
get
us.
across the water.
and then
Not just
pointing at the
that,
city again.
the Leviathan can technically read her mind.
That-
So the
yeah, I wouldn't even
Leviathan
need
would
to do
know.
Yeah. Leviathan already knows what the
Mm.
situation is. Does it care, though?
She probably doesn't give a shit about the view, but
Oh no, though. You spend a memory point. That's an
Okay.
auto success.
Yeah.
Create a
get
memory.
You get an auto success, yeah. Okay. So she's growling and she's looking at all of you with these white eyes, and you're trying to communicate that you guys need to get across this water. So you're
Yes.
like, okay.
Yeah,
You point at the water, you point across the city. Okay. But she can't, the Leviathan can't move her, right? She has control of her body.
Right.
yes, but the Leviathan can communicate to me, and then I can
okay.
move.
Yes.
So you,
Or they could, even if you don't think that they communicate that way, they could move her.
how can they move her? They don't have control of her movement.
They can move her. Dank and everyone else. They can just, move her.
You can
Yeah.
shove her. You can
Yeah.
shove her over the cliff. Yeah, you could.
Right.
No, like
Put you on-
carefully.
Well, you're
Shove her carefully.
you're
It's
20 to-
fine.
you're 20
Yeah,
to
it's-
30 feet up above the water at like a cliff's edge.
Yeah, you do.
They
the
only need
thing.
to get her like over the edge, basically, on like leaning over the edge a little bit.
Yeah, like heave ho, and then we just yeet her in the lake.
That too, whichever one.
Yes.
Okay. Here's what happens. You point into the water, and then to the city across the water. Naela starts to make some clicking and hissing noises. The rest of you would start to hear the sounds of something hard, prying and hard and thin, kind of prying against like a metal surface. As you're looking down over the edge, you can see some of the slicers climbing up the edges of the vault wall towards you all, breaking the surface of the water. Okay.
Naela is gonna lift her hand to her mouth
Okay.
and is just food, it's a feed them motion.
Oh, okay. So Dank, she makes like a motion with her hands. It's like eating, and then she points at the things crawling up the wall.
I'm gonna take 10 of my energy weapon rounds out and just place them near the edge of the wall where the things can eat them, and then step back a bit.
Okay, so you set the rounds down at the edge of the cliff and take a step back. Okay,
A couple of steps, maybe.
a couple steps back. All right.
Now I'm down to 13 rounds.
All right.
We'll get you some more.
Yeah, one of the creatures.
We'll be in a city. I can steal you some more.
Fair enough.
One of the creatures breaks ahead of the rest at the sight of the potential food, and starts to climb a bit faster. I'll give you guys a second to do something else if anybody wants to do something. Oh, we lost Caitlin.
Oh no.
Ugh.
The most important person.
Oh no!
Oh no. Oh no.
Uh-oh. Oh, she's back.
Oh, okay.
She's back.
Oh,
Cheers.
I
Okay.
thought you just disappeared.
I saw your
What
camera.
the fuck?
I saw your camera cut off, and I was like, "Oh no, we lost her."
Who pushed her off the cliff?
Shit, my bad.
Okay.
Discord said go fuck yourself.
When Cassidy sees him like come over the edge,
Well, at least
she,
it wasn't
backs
Dis
up very
that said go
quickly.
fuck yourself.
Yeah. What did you say, boy?
She sees them come over the cliff edge. She like backs up very quickly, clutching Weight Watcher.
Wait,
Yeah.
do we remember how many significance my combat Heelys had? Because like I got 5 memories with them.
Your combat Heelys?
How
Yeah,
many?
my freaking
Okay, yeah, I remember now.
because like
that's
that's important.
yeah, that's something you were supposed to keep track of, but I don't know what to tell you.
You'll have to go back and watch all the old episodes.
I feel like we did it either before or after an episode.
No, he rolled during the episode.
I want to say it was 5.
Yeah, I think it was 20, since we all don't remember, so we're just gonna...
It's on a D6. It can only be 1 through 6. And if
No,
I
it's
had 4
2d8.
memories for
Or
significance...
2d4.
Hmm.
Because the whole system is d4s.
I know it wasn't a 7 or an 8 because like that would have given me 7 or 8 memory points.
I think it was 5 or 6 that you got
Yeah.
for the Heelys.
The reason this is
Listen.
important is I can't make more memories after I've exhausted their significance until I have found my next item.
Right.
All I remember is you activated your Heelys, Naela jumped on your back, and we went down the slickest slope screaming. It was great.
Yeah, shit was so cash.
Okay.
What I learned in boating school is
So before the creature comes up over the edge of the cliff, I'm going to give you guys a chance to do a thing, if anybody wants to do a thing.
Interpretive dance.
Jazz hand.
everyone loves the jazz hands.
So the answer is no. Nobody
No,
wants
I'm actually bass guitar. Yeah, I'm just gonna play music for the slicers. Yeah, there we go.
Jazz hand.
He's backing the fuck up.
Where?
Okay.
Holy shit!
Oh my god!
What is
I'm glad
Can
I
you
did the
stop
thing.
that?
what
No.
What is the goal of this music?
Fucking. It is
To calm their souls.
friendship. The goal is friendship.
Okay. So
And it's
this
for friends who do stuff together.
so all of this is happening while Naela is making like clicking noises and hisses, and this the rounds are like sitting at the edge of the cliff. The creature pries itself up over the edge, and it's moving kind of slow and clumsily, and it's flapping in the wind. It is very jellyfish like. Or like a cape that's been caught in a strong wind. It's kind of like a flag flapping around a bit. The first thing it does is it takes its maw and grabs the rounds, and kind of like rotates them around a bit in its mouth before seemingly swallowing them. It makes sort of a clicking hiss sound. And then it turns its attention to Naela. There aren't really like visible eyes on this creature, but it does seem to have what is probably a head, like where the mouth is. When it turns its attention to her, it starts to climb up her body. Naela, you feel.
Yes.
You can still control your motor function and stuff, and yeah, you were just making like the food motion when he dropped the rounds. You feel something kind of tugging on you, like first on your feet and legs, and then it starts to make its way higher. You feel like this sort of like tugging, pulling sensation on your back, and it seems to be working its way up to your shoulders and head. What do you do?
Okay, she's just gonna gently pet it, like, good job, friend.
Yeah, so you like pet at this thing, and so you guys see her like petting at it gently as it's like climbing up her body. The two of them exchange like kind of like hissing, click, chirping sounds, while Dank's playing this very calming, very relaxing music. And everything's going great. It seems to be going good. There seems to be some kind of like bond established between the two of them. And then you get to the end of the song, Dank. The song ends, and then there's sort of like this awkward silence where like the creature's almost basically like perched on her shoulder or like on her back. She's almost like wearing it like a cloak at this point, with like its head up over one shoulder, its mouth kind of left agape, like it doesn't close all the way, in the direction of you all while they're seemingly like communicating back and forth. And the song
This would
ends...
be adorable if it wasn't so creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the song ends, and there's like this awkward silence. And then
He doesn't like it.
yeah, there's this long pause. And then suddenly the creature on her back opens like a big kite or something. It opens wide, and for a second she looks like she has this big like webbed wingspan, and then it closes around her entire body, and she falls backwards off of the cliff, and towards the water. Just giving a pause in case somebody wants to do something.
This seems fine.
Sounds like that's a no.
I don't think I have it.
I mean, this seems normal, I suppose.
This seems normal. So
what about this seems normal? I'm just confused.
Okay, everything was cool. The whole nonverbal communication about the need to get across. The creatures show up, we feed them, I play a cool song, everything's cool, and she gets in the water. I assume that's how we're gonna get across.
All right,
Just
so
you're doing levy things.
So there's this sort of tense moment, right, where everything's
Naela
like
dies, I blame all of you.
Everything's really calm. The creature, they're almost like
He has run to like the edge of the cliff. It is like staring down.
Yeah, hold on, let me describe the fall again. So this is almost like this calm moment where like she's almost like coddling this new pet that's like very large. It's like draped itself over her body, and as soon as the song ends, everything's quiet for a second, and then very violently the creature spreads out like 3 feet on either side of her and just wraps around her like a bed sheet, and just covers her body. Like her hands are forced to her side, her body stiffens up and tightens very quickly, and then just drops over the edge of the cliff, just like a sudden whoosh, and she's gone. Like a second later, you hear a splash in the water, and then silence. As you look, Cassidy said she's going to look over the edge. As you run up and look over the edge of the cliff, you just see dark water. And you see the waves like brushing up against the shore, against the walls of the vault, and it's just like silence. You don't see the shadows. You don't see the shadows moving around in the water anymore. Nothing. Just total silence.
Well, we're down a character. Okay.
All right, my turn.
And you stand there for a moment, and you're thinking to yourself, how long can she hold her breath, right? It's been 30
She doesn't
seconds.
even know to hold her breath. She's going to like take a first breath of water and
Right.
have problems because she doesn't know she's in water.
Well, I'm sure the Leviathan would have told her because again, it's still like a psychic link is there and she can hear what the
If you breathe
Leviathan
underwater,
says.
she will die.
It's been 30 seconds. A minute.
Oh shit.
A minute and a half.
She's gonna
Oh, wait,
look at
no,
Weight
this is
Watcher.
fine
Are
because
you
she's a thingy.
waterproof?
Sorry, what?
She's looking at Weight Watcher. Are you waterproof?
No.
You're asking Weight Watcher if Weight Watcher is waterproof?
Yes.
I am designated to be waterproof, yes, but I cannot swim. I sink.
Oh, don't kill him.
Yeah, I think Weight Watcher could go get him.
2.5 minutes. 3 minutes.
Be good and jumps.
You jump? Or you throw?
Yes.
Okay, so he's like, see you jump, and you're
She
like...
has set him down, told him to be good, and jumps off the cliff.
Oh no! Okay, so you set him down, you told him to be good, and then we see you leap into the water. And then so we see you leap, and we see you just this silhouette of you just like fall into water and then sploosh, and then another like silence for about 30 seconds. And then we hear the sound of water moving as a couple figures break the surface. The first is a very large, spread out fabric with Naela laying on it in a fetal position. Naela, so your synapse ends. You come back to yourself. You are A-okay. You are not harmed in any way. You are floating on top of a slicer, which is now serving as a sort of ferry for you. Ferry like a boat. And followed relatively quickly by another one nearby, breaching the surface in a similar way. This one with a very terrified-looking Cassidy laying on top of it. Cassidy, as soon as you went under the water, one of these things wrapped around you very quickly, and moved you to the surface. As you guys the rest of you are looking down, you see others rising to the surface in the same way nearby. So you almost have like a frog's pond lily pad situation where all these things are rising, all these flat things are rising to the surface. Which you can either climb down on or like jump between them and then pull yourself up on. As far as like Naela and Cassidy are concerned, like they can hold you out of the water. You can stand up on these things and be fine. It's like standing on a relatively hard surface.
Sweet. I'm gonna get on one and then keep playing the friendship stone.
I'm gonna better fucking Weight Watcher with them.
Do what? They leave the Weight Watcher there. Yeah. You want to make sure that they grab Weight Watcher when they climb down? Or jump, or whatever?
Yeah, Zack, don't forget to grab the robot.
Bro, I'm weak as shit. Bro, I gamble.
Bro, grab the robot.
I got the robot.
By the way, Cassidy
You
is like
convinced me.
punching Naela in the fucking shoulder.
Alright.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
I did not hear what you said.
We didn't hear what you said.
I heard you were punching her in the shoulder, and that was it. What am I doing? I have this thing here, which it will not pull onto the screen. Crap.
That's why.
Continue.
But she's being like, don't you fucking scare us like that again.
Oh yeah, did you guys want my memory for the rule of threes there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright. Here we go. I remember the unbreakable bonds of friendship built through time spent together with my squad mates. Music and our matching combat boot Heelys brought us all together in training. And the songs we played along the way were as a soundtrack to our souls. +1 to the power of friendship and this gun I found.
I was about to say you had better make that a +1 to friendship.
So what I was
The real friends were the memories we made along the way.
Yes. Great memory. Thank you. What I was gonna say was, I have this other token, like I just turned it blue because Umbra, everything is blue. For Cassidy. Cassidy, do you want to use this token? You're gonna keep the one you have.
You're fine.
Okay. It's the same artwork. I just put a blue shader on it, basically.
That's cool.
Let me give it a vision. Again, shout out to Ayataku Hime for the artwork. Stuffs. Okay. Alright. So, the rest of you jump or climb down. Climb onto these things. And somebody reunite Cassidy with Waywatcher or no?
Yes, I believe I was taxed to get the robot.
Yes.
Alright.
I would have got it, but man, this guitar is made of solid metal. It is very heavy.
So is this robot.
And we see Ernest, who was very worried when Naela went over the edge, along with all the Asapu with you guys, starting to climb down and make their way. I think a lot of the Asapu probably just end up swimming because it's easier for them.
Okay.
But some of the other caravaneers might climb onto some of these things.
Oh my god, I just did this right in front of them.
Yeah.
You did indeed.
Like, hey, check it out.
Oh.
I'm a badass monster person.
Fear me.
I'm gonna have to like give these people therapy.
Yeah.
I started when she turned into the Leviathan.
I've got you covered with music therapy.
It's too bad I've only played a therapist on TV.
Oh, I have a master's.
So, as we pan out, I suppose, as the camera pans out from the group of you all, like, climbing onto these slicers, and we see some of them starting to move through the water towards Nataku, and for the most part, they can swim very, very fast, even while carrying something. The camera pans over to like probably the other side of the town, so maybe like the camera like turns around the circle of the generator, and we see on the other side of town the rest of the caravan with their wagons, with Enigma and Derrin and Shalim and Udaya gaining entry to the city, and making their way into what almost looks like a sort of like slum-like area, where we see like large crowds of people, mostly like short, very muscular people wearing like leathers and things like that. Some people are smoking from little pipes as they like brush shoulders with them and walk by. We see one group of people walk up to a building. They knock 2 or 3 times. The door opens, and when the door opens, we hear like loud bass music, just like boom, 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 like so loud you couldn't hear each other talking. The people like walk in. All the people we're seeing have these like glow necklaces on. Some of them are brighter than others. We can see them like inside like the pendants, like little like orb like pendant on the necklace. We see like a little mushroom, like a little blue mushroom. And I think that's where we go to credits, and that's the end of today's session.
Derrin literally
shit,
falls
guys.
to his knees and goes, "Oh, thank God, civilization!"
And Enigma just eyes him like, what the fuck, dude? Get up.
Right on. You guys made it to Nataku. Good job.
God.
Cassidy is holding Waywatcher up at eye level and is like, we are making you floaties. This is the first thing I am doing.
Yeah, well, he's made of metal, right? So I just figured, yeah, he doesn't have like fins or anything. It's like, yeah, he'd probably sink. He can walk along the floor though, like a crab, right?
Yeah, but he might not be able to get back up.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, we're making you floaties.
But yeah, I think you guys did a good job today. Getting past the checkpoint, finding a way to travel across the lake. You guys did good. Sacrificing bullets without actually firing them. That might be the first time that's ever happened.
I know. I was
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
It was not an easy decision.
Good job today, guys. So, if you guys want to see what happens, you can tune in next Wednesday. Do you guys want to move the time back to an hour earlier than it is now?
Yes.
Everybody want to do that?
Like, I mean,
tentatively, yeah, he's still probably gonna not be
yeah,
terribly close to that time.
it's gonna be late. I don't get off work till 8 p.m. Central Standard.
Oh, okay. Because right now it's scheduled for 9 Central Time. Do you want to just keep it there?
That way I wouldn't be late. So
Okay.
Yeah, that would
We can
probably
do
be the
that.
best idea.
Okay.
I'm just checking in. So you can find us next week, Wednesday, 9 p.m. Central, which would be 10 Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific.
Yeah.
For another episode of Broken. And we'll
Mountain
see.
never gets any love.
We'll yeah, we'll see how these guys can make their way here in Nataku. Shout outs. Let's do that. Here we go. First up is our friend Gerblin, who played Enigma for you today. Gerblin does art like Enigma you see on the screen right now. So what you can do is go to twitter.com/sketchingspace, give a follow, give some likes, check out Gerbs' stuff, say, hey, what's up? How you doing? All that good stuff.
Also very good at panic flirting. You won't find that on Twitter.
The panic flirting.
Listen, I'm 2 for 2 on panic flirts. It's great.
Yeah, good job. Yeah, so for all your sketching needs and panic flirts, go to twitter.com/sketchingspace. Let's see here. Zack here, who played Zack for you today, has a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/TeamZack. Where you can go give a follow, say hey, show some support. Are you playing? What was it you were playing today? It wasn't Power Wash Simulator.
House Flipper.
House Flipper. Are you streaming House Flipper?
No.
Okay.
No.
Here's the thing. Sons of the Forest comes out today.
Tomorrow.
It's
actually no, today.
Well, yeah, I mean, yes, today.
It's
everybody
midnight.
hush. It's 12 hours from now. Hush.
Oh, you best believe I'm streaming that.
Okay. Well, I wanted to stream it too, so maybe we should do something where we do multiplayer or something.
Oh, dude, I'm down.
I will be free as well, so I might join you guys.
I best believe I'm downloading that tomorrow. I mean, today.
I'm getting it as soon as I can. So maybe that'd be cool. Go check out twitch.tv/TeamZack. Let's see. Of course, Ayutaku Hime was here hanging out with us tonight. Does the artwork for Cassidy and for Narcissa. You can go check out Ayutaku Hime here at tiktok.com/@AyutakuHime and show some love. Say, hey, you do awesome arts. All that good stuff. Our Paladin of the Beverage, Dank, needs some rocket fuel, some NOS. Something that'll he can use to kill the things. Something will give him energy. So go check out his GoFundMe.
I mean, at this point, he's getting much more leverage out of friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, what do you think powers the friendship?
Yeah, it's all
this gun I found.
It's
me as a person. I need this beverage to not die.
Yeah.
At this point, the cumulative caffeine built up in my body, if that were to stop, I would get a migraine so bad I would probably have to be hospitalized.
He's borrowing energy from the future so much that he's just borrowing from his dead self by now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I gotta head out. I'll
Have a
see
good night,
y'all
Caitlin.
next week.
Yeah.
See you next week.
Bye for now.
And of course, you can find me on Twitch, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Minds, Ramblin Man TV, everywhere. You can join our public Discord. The link's in the description down below if you're watching on YouTube, or you can go here. And if you want to support the channel, you can subscribe on Twitch and skip all those pesky ads. Or you can head over to the Patreon, patreon.com/RamblinManTV, and for a measly $3 a month, you'll get access to all of our uncensored videos with all the swears, with all the talk about cocaine that we had at the beginning of the session today. Unbleeped, unfiltered, no intros, no edits.
No bruhs.
No bruhs on the Patreon. So go check it out there.
Except the ones that we actually say.
Yeah, right. Except for the times we actually say bro.
Yeah, no, those will be replaced with swear words.
Yeah. But
I can send the voice file for that too.
Same.
I think that's all I got. Thank you guys so much for watching tonight. Good to see you folks in the chat as always. Thank you guys for playing. You guys are awesome. Love playing with you guys. It feels good to be back in the saddle with A-Team, and I'm excited about what comes next. Everybody,
let's go fucking A-Team.
Let's go A-Team. All right, you guys have a fantastic week and a good night. Bye, guys.
Oh, good night. Goodbye.
Goodbye.